I've been using the OnePlus 13 in the last 2 weeks to check its performance, and I've been impressed by the image quality in many different aspects. Today, by putting it side by side with the full-frame professional Canon camera, I want to see which one performs better. For today's comparison, first I check what OnePlus 13 offers and what professional setup I choose to be equivalent of that. Then, I'm going to city center of Vienna to take some shots to compare side by side the overall image quality, color reproduction, low light performance, portrait mode, micrography, video quality, and many other things. So let's just stick around and find out. In one side, I have the OnePlus 13 with 3 50 megapixel camera which offers ultra-wide, portrait mode, micrography, telephoto, and built-in flashlight. On the other hand, I have the Canon full frame 60 plus this lens to cover the ultra-wide and the lens in the main camera on the OnePlus 13. I also have this 50mm lens for portrait mode and another 50mm 1:1 for micrography. And on top of that, I have this giant 70 to 200mm for telephoto. Then, since my camera doesn't have the flashlight, I need to take one of these. Then I packed my stuff to go to the Karlsplatz in Vienna to capture some shots side by side. Before I get out of my house, the first thing I noticed, a screen in OnePlus is much bigger and brighter than my camera, and I had a better user experience to access different features. Working with the clean user experience is already a life changer. Trust me, I did my PhD in interaction design and I understand how complex it can get. After taking some shots in my garden, I headed toward Karlsplatz. Once I arrived, I started taking photos with the ultra-wide camera. As you noticed, the vignetting in the Canon is really strong and the corners in the image is so dark. Indeed, OnePlus does a better job here. On the other hand, the Canon in my eyes delivers a better sharpness. In the second photo, I still have the vignetting issue in the Canon camera. But if I zoom in a bit, OnePlus delivers more dynamic range with the processing the photo. In this side by side, Canon's photo seems warmer. I honestly would rather the photo from the OnePlus, and it seems more natural to me. I don't know. What do you think? Write me in the comment which one looks better to you. Then I went at front of the church. In these two photos, OnePlus looks more saturated than the Canon. And for some reason, the photo is darker. With 10x crop, clearly OnePlus has a better image clarity, and the Canon misses details here. In the same spot, I changed the Canon lens to my telephoto and zoomed 3 times in OnePlus to switch to the telephoto camera without any digital zoom. The OnePlus still looks yellow to me, but surprisingly, if we have a closer look, OnePlus is sharper than my full frame camera. In this photo, Canon obviously wins the battle. 6 times zoom on OnePlus, so the phone uses digital zoom and cropped the photo. The depth of field in Canon is much more natural, and the photo from the Canon has an amazing sharpness. More than anything, I'm curious to see how OnePlus performs in the portrait mode. I would like you to pay close attention to guess which one is camera A and which one is camera B. At the end of these 4 images, pause the video and share your guess in the comment section below before I reveal the answer. By the way, I'm gonna change my lens to the 50mm for the portrait photography. You ready? The camera A is full frame Canon and camera B is OnePlus, and to be honest, I spotted a couple of issues with OnePlus portrait mode. In this photo, my focus point in both cameras was on Johannes Brahms' face. In the Canon, the rest of the body and the legs are blurred because they are out of my focus point. But in OnePlus, the processor just cropped the image and blurred the background. It doesn't feel natural to me. Then in the front of Brahms' sculpture, I put my lens in this picnic table to try the OnePlus again in portrait mode. The background was nicely blurred, but you obviously see the issues. The phone couldn't distinguish the subject edges from the background, which is a bit disappointing. Then I used my car's key to record these videos to try the smaller object, and you obviously can see which one is better. It was already late and I headed toward home. On the way back, I tried to record some videos to see how they perform. The Canon is on 1080 and the OnePlus is on 4K. And just check this out. OnePlus here does an amazing job to stabilizing the footage, and Canon is shaking like crazy. When I arrived home, I wanted to try to take some shots in micro, and what subject better than a 2023 Submariner. This shot, I wanted to spot the Rolex crown on the glass, which is hardly visible with naked eyes, and this is the result. With OnePlus, I could spot the crown right away, but even though I was using the specific micro lens on Canon, I couldn't spot the crown after all. Even though with Canon I couldn't take the photo from the crown, but I still like the sharpness and the authenticity of the image in the Canon. And at the end of the night, just wanted to try the flashlight. And you know, taking a photo in the dark with OnePlus took me just one try to capture this shot. However, with Canon, took a hassle of adding more complexity to get a result close to OnePlus. So, I still prefer the OnePlus outcome. Choosing a professional camera, it also requires professional and expensive setup. But in this comparison, honestly, OnePlus 13 surprised me. And I would be really happy if you share your experience with taking photos with OnePlus 13 with me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and next video is coming soon.